What is going on, guys? My name is Dave Higgins. Welcome to Sandbox Xplorer. Alright, so today I'm going to talk about 5 games that are just essentials for any game collection. If you own a Nintendo Switch, then these are must-haves for your system. So in no particular order, I'm going to go through them and check them out. If you don't have them, then you should probably pick them up. Alright, first up, I'm going to talk about this game. It's relevant to E3 in the wake of it because the sequel to this game got announced, so if you don't have this game, trust me, you really want to get it. Of course, I'm talking about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. If you don't know about Legend of Zelda already, then welcome to the world of video games. It is one of the most legendary, highly acclaimed franchises of all video games everywhere, forever. It's great. I mean, you know, the sequel is coming out. We don't know when. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be at least a couple of years, which is totally fine because, you know, it takes time. As an aside, apparently the developers had a lot of ideas for DLC for the game, and it was just too much to just put into the game, so they decided to make a whole new one. So it's gonna be a continuation, a part 2. They don't do that often. The last time they did it was way back. So it's kind of cool to get this continuation. They built this engine, and trust me, if you haven't played this game, you've had to have heard about it, and it's just explore the world of Hyrule and go through all this gigantic open world that you can climb on everything. Just be careful, because if you lose your stamina, you're gonna fall, and it's probably not going to turn out so good. There are so many little details in this game, it's crazy. The weather changes and that affects how you play the game. If you're climbing, you gotta be careful, because in the rain, you're probably not getting anywhere. If there's a thunderstorm, then be careful having any Metal Gear out, because you're gonna get struck by lightning pretty quick. Pretty quick. The world feels so expansive. You can go wherever you want. It's not limited to, you know, going to little areas and doing what you can there. You can go, if you can see it, you can go to it. It's crazy. The controls of this game are perfect. Like, so tight. They do exactly what you want them to do. It doesn't feel clunky. It doesn't feel too loose. It's just, it's so good. You have a main quest line that you have to go after these divine beasts, and you have to save Hyrule, you know, the main thing that happens in all of them. Ganon's back at it again, and you gotta stop him. You have to go after the divine beasts, and I don't want to get too much into it, because if you haven't played it, then I don't want to spoil it for you, and if you have played it, you know, so. But there are side quests galore. You can do so much in this game. It's gonna last you forever. Like, pick up the season pass for the DLC, because it's worth it and a lot of fun. Sometimes I know it's like, oh, season pass is DLC, I don't want to pay for that. Trust me, for this game, you want it. It is worth it. If you don't have Breath of the Wild by now and you've owned a Switch for more than an hour, then get it. Now! Trust me, get it. Okay, next up is Super Mario Odyssey. That is another fantastic game. If you do not have that one, please get that as soon as possible, because it's like the definitive Mario experience. It's kind of like if Super Mario 64 was 1, then this is 2, and all of the other main iterations in between, like Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, those are kind of like 1A, 1B, 1C, you know? It's like the spiritual successor, but it's actually the successor. But I feel like if you play this game, which if you haven't, who are you? Why don't you have it? Get it. And if you don't have a Switch yet and you're looking to get one, or you're just, you know, you haven't gotten any games because you don't know what to get, this is one to get. Trust me, do it. There are so many levels, there's so many differences in all of them. It makes you want to come back for more. So in Odyssey, you're Mario, obviously, and Bowser's at it again.
Hi everyone, I'm Doug Bowser.
No, not that Bowser. That Bowser. It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. Literally, he stole your girl. You have to go get Peach back. He is trying to marry her. What is up with that? Also, that's kind of weird. I don't even want to think about the logistics behind that. But, you know, this one has a totally new, unique feature that was not in other Mario games, where you have Cappy, who is a hat. He's a cap. And your hat is just... So you need to have a new one, and he fills the job for you. It's really cool because, you know, you have your regular Mario moves and the way you get around and all that, but with... I did the weird mouth thing. I noticed that about myself. But the cool thing about Cappy is that when you throw him, you can take over pretty much any of the enemies and even some inanimate objects. As you control those different enemies and objects for whatever you need to, you know, you can manipulate the world around you to do what you need to get ahead and, you know, find all the moon fragments, moon shards that are out there. And eventually you can get to Peach and, you know, I don't know, maybe you can save her, maybe you can't, I don't know, but if you don't have this game, then grab it and find out. You also can be a dinosaur. Just thought I'd throw that in there because who doesn't want to be a dinosaur? So pick it up if you don't have it. Trust me. Also, side note, if you did love Super Mario 64, and if you didn't, what's wrong with you? There may or may not be an Easter egg level somewhere about, you know, you might recognize something at some point. It's so refreshing to see Mario with just straight up HD, really beautiful, crisp graphics. Like, you know, the old Marios, they looked good, but they were really polygony and nothing wrong with that, just that's how it was. And now that we're living in the world that we are in today, it's really nice to see an up-to-date Mario that just can compete with everything else. It's one of the best games from Nintendo ever. Seriously, it's fantastic. Definitely pick it up. Pick it up. Number 3 on the list today is going to be none other than Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That game is great. If you love Super Smash Bros., you will love Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you have ever played a Super Smash Bros. Game before, then guess what? Any of those fighters that you saw are in the game. They have all of the fighters from every Super Smash Bros. It is a huge list. So if you can't find someone to play as, then I don't know, there's no hope. In addition to the main roster that's already on there, they have 5 DLC packs coming out, and they also have a Piranha Plant that isn't DLC pack, but was DLC. It's, you know, you got Piranha Plant, Joker from Persona 5, or Persona, I don't know. If you play Persona, then you know what that is. I didn't play it, so. They just announced Dragon Quest Hero is going to be in the game at E3, and they also announced that Banjo-Kazooie is going to be in it, so pick it up if you want to play as Banjo-Kazooie on a Nintendo system again. It's not going to be Banjo-Kazooie the platform, but it's a start, and I think maybe we're going to see that at some point. I don't know. That's the way things usually work out, it seems. Joker came to the Switch on Super Smash Bros., and look what we got now. You've got your regular Super Smash Bros. Game modes that you've been used to since day one, but you got a bunch of other ones as well that they've included, including World of Light. That's the campaign one for this one. When I picked up the game, I played World of Light from the get-go, and I just played it all the way through until it was done. I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and it was a really new, refreshing take to the game. There's probably no better game for a party than Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, honestly. I mean, just Super Smash Bros. In general, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is just fantastic. Definitely better than Super Mario Party. Mario Party is a great game series most of the time, but Super Mario Party is pretty terrible. Not going to get into that right now because this is 5 essential games for the Switch, not games that you should avoid. Ugh. I don't know, Super Mario Party is... it's a game. I'll talk about that a different time. I'm not sure how much I can really say about Super Smash Bros. That you don't already know because I'm sure that you have played it before, and if you haven't, just pick it up. Trust me, you will not regret it. It is a great game. All right, this game is the only one on the list that is a digital download only. It's only on the eShop. In Japan, they actually released it physically, but in the United States, they don't have it on physical, so it's eShop. Stardew Valley is, it is a masterpiece of a game. Like, I almost overlooked it because I heard about it and I was like, oh, okay. When I first got a Switch, I was looking more for HD, really crisp, amazing graphics games like the ones I've already mentioned, but I wasn't honestly super interested in like pixel art, top-down, like Game Boy kind of games. But then I got Stardew Valley. It was recommended to me. I asked, how is that game? And I am so glad that I asked that question because I mentioned in a different video that I have the most hours put into any game on the Switch in that game. I have a ton of hours. Last I checked, it was like 250. I don't even know what it's at right now. It was made by one guy. He made the whole game himself. He goes by Concerned Ape. Chucklefish helped publish the game, but he made the game himself. Like, wow. There's so much to this game. Like, you start out, you inherited your grandfather's farm, and you know, it's overrun, you gotta take it over. It's a mess. He hasn't done anything, he's dead. There is a whole town of people who have entirely different schedules depending on the day of the week, the season, the holiday, whatever's going on, they're doing something, and you can learn their habits. You can build your relationships with them. By doing so, that unlocks special dialogues and events that, you know, it's cool to see. The main aspect of the game that you technically don't have to do, you can find other ways around making money in the game. At first, you're gonna be farming, but there's so much to it different seasons, you can plant different crops. They take different amounts of time to grow. They're worth different amounts of money. You gotta get some scarecrows out there because you don't want them messing up your crops. That's your money. There's a mine that you can go explore. You can sword fight in the game too. It's not just a farming game. There's like an action RPG element to the game as well. You start out with meh tools, and eventually you can have these awesome tools that can do so much more, make your life so much easier. There is just so much to the game. I'm gonna make a basics video for it because I love the game so much. Check out Dangerously Funny. He actually helped me figure out how to play the game right. If I went into it completely blind, I would have been like, I mean, like, you figure it out. You don't have to, but it doesn't hurt to know what's going on. There's 4 months in the game, which is 4 seasons, and you have to, you know, plan accordingly for them. There's animals you can have. You can have chickens, pigs, sheep, goats, all sorts of different animals, ducks, 4 chickens. You can take the products you get from different areas and you can turn them into other different products that are worth more money, or you give them to people and it'll make them happy and they'll build their relationships with them. There's a desert you can go to, there's a beach. There is so much to explore and do, and it's really technically endless. It never ends, and there's always something new to discover. I just love this game so much. It's made so well, and there's actually multiplayer now on the Switch. They released an update, so lucky for you, if you haven't picked it up, you can start out right away doing that. There's some other aspects going along with the update for the multiplayer, but you know, that's the main thing with it. You can also put a hat on your horse. But like I said, I'm gonna make an outline for all the basics that you wanna know about the game, and you know, some little more advanced things as well, because I really think that, you know, you deserve to have that. So I'm gonna make that for you. The great thing about that game is that it's 15 bucks. Like, it's not an expensive game at all. It is worth far more than that. I mean, honestly, if that game was like 30 or 40 bucks, it would be worth it. But 15 bucks is a great deal, honestly. Pick it up. You will love it. And last up on the list is, oh boy, Skyrim! I love Skyrim. Most people love Skyrim, I feel like. Skyrim's an amazing game, and it's on the Switch. Wow! When I first got a Switch, I discovered that Skyrim was on it, and I was like, what? That's amazing! Skyrim fits on the Switch. You can take it wherever you want. You can play it anywhere. Do I need to uptalk Skyrim? I mean, it's Skyrim. A little cool detail for Skyrim on Switch is that they actually have Legend of Zelda gear you can find, you know, like Link's tunic and all that. So, you know, it's not the best gear in the game, but you know, it's cool. I mean, you could make it the best gear in the game technically if you know how to do that alchemy smithing trick. But I mean, there are just like endless things to do in Skyrim. You follow the main quest line, but there are side missions galore. There's just anything and everything in that game. You want to be a werewolf? Be a werewolf. You want to be a vampire? Be a vampire. You want to kill a dragon? Kill a dragon. You want to climb a mountain? Climb a mountain. You want to be an archer? Go be an archer. You want to use one-handed, two-handed? Do it. You want to cast some spells and be a mage? Do it. Do it! Shia LaBeouf. I like Shia LaBeouf. He's cool. What's he up to? I don't know. Maybe he's playing Skyrim. I don't know. Probably not, but I don't know. Maybe he is. Shia LaBeouf, are you playing Skyrim? Just do it! Okay, I'm done doing that. Sorry. So I may have the most hours on Stardew Valley for the Switch, but I probably have the most hours of any games ever on Skyrim across all systems. I have, just on my original PlayStation 3 copy, like I had 1,000 hours or 600 hours. I don't know. I just have probably 2,000 hours in Skyrim overall. Like, Skyrim! If you don't know about Skyrim by now, then how? All these games, maybe Stardew Valley you don't know about, but the rest of them you probably should know about, and you should probably have them. You should definitely have them. These are just some of the best games on the Switch, period. There are plenty of other great games that I have talked about. Some of them I will talk about more. I will make more essential game lists as well, but like these are just, you gotta have them. Depending on if you buy them physically or digitally, you know, I buy them all digitally now, but you might not. You might buy them all physically, you might mix and match. You can find deals on these games sometimes, you know. They're not always the biggest discounts, especially the first party Nintendo titles, because those usually retain their value for good reason. But I mean, Skyrim was half off digitally. I'm sure you can find it used like at GameStop or something like that for not much money. Same thing with Odyssey and Breath of the Wild and all those. Just, if you don't have these games, get them. Get these games. Get them. Get them. Sorry, I hope that wasn't annoying. Just get these games. Do it. Dirt. I feel wicked goofy right now, so if I'm weird, then I'm weird, whatever. All right, I don't know how to end this, so I'm just gonna end it. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you'd like to see more of me, I will be around. I have some videos. I will make more of those videos. Hit subscribe, then hit the bell, so that way whenever they come up, they'll go, hey, Sandbox Xplorer has a new video. Watch it. Why am I yelling so much? I don't know, I'm in a good mood right now. So, yeah, get these games. They are must-haves. Do you have any or all of the games I talked about today? Do you agree with this list, or do you have a list of your own? Let me know in the comments below. Oh yeah, my buddy over at Game Stance, he started doing a podcast on Mondays at 8 o'clock. It's video game, you know, kind of like a Joe Rogan podcast, but it's video games. I was honored he had me on for the very first one, and he actually had me back for the second one. I'm gonna be on them occasionally. Depending on when I'm available, I will make my appearance on there. This past episode, a couple other buddies of mine from Nerd Entertainment Hub were on it as well, and we talked about E3 and other stuff, mostly about E3. And yeah, check it out. It was a lot of fun to do it. I can't wait to do more. Check both of them out, Game Stance, Nerd Entertainment Hub. You can find the podcast on the Sandbox Xplorer Facebook page. Follow me on there if you're not. Follow me on Twitter as well, and Instagram. Instagram's kind of sparse right now, but I'm gonna put some stuff on there. Yeah, follow me on other social medias too. You know, I'm there, so you might as well. All right, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. So thanks for listening to me. I'll catch you next time.